Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
A man electrocuted on Detroit's east side tonight. We have questions for DTE.
All right, Sean, in breaking news, for the second time in a week, a small local police department sent an officer before a judge on criminal charges.
But we'll begin here today at 5 with some rather unstable weather. You can just kind of feel that humidity
really
starting to boil. Yep.
Yeah, we've been watching storms pop up across parts of our viewing area, bringing a couple of warnings. Brandon Rue is here with the latest. Brandon?
And the skies don't look much better out there right now. You can see these ominous-looking, billowing clouds, still capable of producing some warnings, but happy to report currently we don't have any severe thunderstorm, tornado warnings, anything like that, but we're watching radar very closely. The temperatures and the humidity both headed up. You can really feel the air you can wear out there. Metro zone, 82 degrees, 83 in Monroe. Lapeer at 73, rain cooled over the last couple of hours. A lot of these stronger storms have been well north of Detroit. We got a deluge downtown, but that's about all it was. Some lightning and some heavy rains, pooling and ponding. Certainly a good likelihood with a lot of these showers, including this one right here coming out of Oakland County, now headed right through north central Macomb County. No warning, but lightning, heavy downpours, maybe even some small hail with that as well. And one area that hasn't seen a whole lot of activity thus far, areas south of I-94 in our south zone. And you can see a couple of showers starting to form just west of Lenawee County. So all of us until about 7 o'clock this evening, eyes to the skies and watch out. Twins and Tigers tonight at 7. And so tailgating until game time, still a little iffy, but by 8, 9 o'clock, things get much, much better, much calmer tonight. So we'll get the game in. Temperatures mainly in the 70s as you head out. And we're just waiting for the cold front to push through as the end of this storm threat. So we'll talk more about the weekend forecast. In the meantime, if you're heading out, we'll get your 4-zone weather updated. It is ready for you on the weather tab of clickondetroit.com.
Okay, Brandon, now to our breaking story in Harper Woods, where for the second time this week, a police officer is facing criminal charges.
Michigan State Police have very quietly spent a lot of time these past few months looking into the conduct of the officers within that department. Rod Maloney live at the police station with the latest. Rod?
Yeah, Devin, you know, Wednesday night we were here talking about an officer before a judge off the job at an arraignment, and now tonight we return again. It's only a misdemeanor charge this time, but it's a black eye for the force nonetheless. Harper Woods Police relieved Officer John Biernat from duty without pay as the result of his arraignment on drug charges. He appeared before Judge Daniel Palmer in 32A District Court, charged with 1 criminal count, controlled substance use of cocaine and ecstasy. A not guilty plea entered. Palmer then gave him a $7,500 personal bond under the conditions he not use alcohol or illicit drugs, submit to a drug test right away, and then random tests twice a week, and not possess firearms or dangerous weapons while on bond. Biernat becomes the second Harper Woods police officer facing charges this week. On Wednesday, 37-year-old suspended officer Michael Lynch appeared before the same judge, charged with stealing items from the Harper Woods Police Department property room and heroin possession.
Anytime a police officer is potentially involved in a situation like this is harmful to myself, the profession, and obviously my department. We're a smaller department.
Harper Woods Police Chief Jim Burke put out a statement this afternoon echoing what he told us earlier in the week about these kinds of alleged officer-involved crimes.
It was uncovered by our officers. The investigation was begun by them, and when it became very apparent to us that there was a potential for criminal charges, that's when I contacted the state police just to remove any chance of impropriety, and then it did obviously involve one of our officers.
Now, there are 29 full-time police officers in the Harper Woods Police Department, 7 part-time officers. But the chief said that for the community, it's vitally important they understand that it doesn't matter who you are in this town. If you're committing crimes, they say they're going to prosecute. And though this is a misdemeanor, Officer Biernat could get up to 1 year in prison if found guilty. Back to you.
So, Rod, another court appearance ahead. When will that be?
Yeah, but strangely enough, it's going to be August 23rd, very quick. Apparently, because it's a misdemeanor, he returns to court right away for that preliminary exam. We'll probably get a little bit more at that, finding out what precisely the police believe happened.
Yeah. All right, Rod. Kim?
You can imagine the concern for some parents today when they learned Huron Valley Schools closed 3 buildings due to environmental concerns. But things are getting back to normal. Our Jermont Terry is live in White Lake to explain what's been going on here. Jermont.
Well, Kimberly, I can tell you that the campus is back open after a potential hazardous situation here at Lakewood Elementary, the middle school, and also the high school. Now, let's take a look from Sky 4. It gives you a better perspective. All 3 schools share the same campus. Now, they were ordered closed after the city contacted Huron Valley school leaders, letting them know that the possibility of sewage problems. They were worried that raw sewage could leak into the buildings. And while it is summer, these buildings are being used for many activities such as swimming. So to play it safe, everyone was advised that the facilities would be shut down until they could figure out the source and the magnitude of this problem. It turns out there was a problem with some type of equipment and had a small amount of sewage that apparently leaked and backed up on the Lakeland campus, but it does not appear that that sewage ever got inside any of the buildings. So this afternoon, I can tell you that everything has been cleaned up and all 3 facilities here at the Lakeland campus have all been reopened and everything appears to be safe. For now, reporting live, I'm Jermont Terry, Local 4.
Certainly good news tonight, Jermont. Thanks. Devin?
We're learning more about the electrocution of a man this morning on Detroit's east side. He was walking through an overgrown alley and came in contact with an exposed power line. Sean Lay has been talking with investigators, but also talking with DTE about what went wrong here, Sean.
And Devin, to top things off, I got to look at that line that was down in the back of this alley here. It was all bunched up like this. There was a lot of it. DTE did not know that it was down. The man walking towards it did not know it was there. People in this neighborhood have grave concerns tonight.
And every time we walk past, we walk right past this wire.
It could have been another child. Jalen Baker is 11, and he knows when wires don't look safe.
I don't touch it because I don't know what can happen.
We called DTE about these wires in an alley off of Doble for Jalen's safety. They checked them out, and they are phone lines, not power lines, and DTE is not responsible for them.
I just seen smoke behind my garage.
DTE is responsible for the line that was down and hot in an alley across the street. A man carrying a backpack and a fan tripped over the bundled up wires on the ground, burning him to death, burning the heavy vegetation around him, indicating that he was lying face down here for hours before Jimmy Robertson saw smoke and fire behind his garage, and he made the awful discovery.
I seen his leg was on fire, the pants burning, and I see him laying face down.
The man had no tools on him at all, which would tell investigators that he was not handling the lines himself. Investigators believe he simply stepped on them. It was an accident.
It appears to be so. Certainly DTE is going to investigate, and we're going to investigate as well.
Identifying the man will be tough. He had on a black t-shirt, black sneakers, jeans, wore a backpack, and had at least one tattoo visible on the back of his right arm.
That is terrible. That is terrible.
In a statement tonight, DTE says in part, quote, "Our thoughts and prayers are with the individual's family and friends. We are working with local authorities to investigate the circumstances surrounding this tragic incident." That's the statement. A statement can't answer our questions. DTE turning us down several times today for interviews, only saying that the line had come down recently. They won't say exactly when it came down. Neighbors say they haven't had any pop-up thunderstorms here, so it's unclear how long that wire had been there and been hot, Devin.
Well, and Sean, you mentioned the difficulty in identification here. What do we know about the man who was killed?
The details, what I told you about what he was wearing, the man carrying that blue fan, that was about it. We just checked with investigators. They've been unable to identify him at this hour. They say it's going to take a long time. They believe he's between 40 and 50 years old. Investigators also believe he was just cutting through that alley.
Yeah, it's awful. All right, Sean.
All lanes of the Lodge Freeway are back open after a car bursts into flames. It happened this afternoon on the southbound lanes near I-75. The driver was able to get out before the car became engulfed in flames. No word on what caused the fire.
3 men are now facing charges in a local drive-by shooting that killed a teenage girl and left her brother critically injured. Anthony Rogers, Robert Moore, Dwayne Sharp, all facing murder charges in the death of 14-year-old Jamisha McWilliams. The teen was killed last week at a home on Waltham Street. Her 17-year-old brother was also shot, but he's since been released from the hospital. All three of these men face life in prison if they're convicted.
The man charged in a high-speed chase sparked by a kidnapping and an Amber Alert was in court today. Grady Barrett has been ordered to undergo a competency evaluation. The 42-year-old was charged with assault by strangulation, larceny, and domestic violence. He's also accused of kidnapping 2-year-old Sandra Renee, who was found safe after police apprehended Barrett. Barrett is due back in court in November.
Police in Redford Township are looking for a man in connection with a theft at a Family Dollar store. We've got a photo still that was taken from a security footage camera captured. This was August 3rd at the Family Dollar on Telegraph and 5 Mile Road. Police say this man stole money from an employee's purse. If you recognize him from that picture or know of his whereabouts, call Redford Township Police.
Well, 12 years is a long wait for justice, but police say they're one key piece of information away from finding out who killed this Waterford couple back in 2005.
Also, a drunk driver lays a whopper on police after crashing his SUV. What he said to try to convince them it wasn't him behind the wheel. Coco?
A family is grieving after a 25-year-old woman was shot and killed here on Detroit's west side.
I couldn't believe it. I told myself I don't believe this is happening.
Hear more from the victim's mother and where police stand in their investigation.
This new at 6.
Costly compliance. Homeowners facing hefty fees to follow a new city sewer ordinance, but some residents say the city isn't working with them. A picturesque place with a problem, but it's not the photos that are the issue. It's what people are doing to get them.
Now here at 5, a bonfire turned into a scary scene on Detroit's west side this morning. A man and woman were both killed after someone fired 30 times into a crowd on Central Avenue. 25-year-old Andrea Gardner was killed, along with a 25-year-old man who has not yet been identified to us. Coco McAvoy spoke with Gardner's family and joins us from where that shooting occurred. Coco?
The shooting happened here during a bonfire and claimed the life of 25-year-old Andrea Gardner. She was a college graduate, a hard worker, and an overall good person. And her mother says her friends and her entire family is devastated.
It's not easy. And I wish I could have her here to tell her I love her. I love her with everything. It's just hard.
Mary Cooper is struggling with the sudden death of her 25-year-old daughter, Andrea Gardner.
It's just sad that she had to be taken like this.
Gardner was shot and killed at a bonfire this morning after someone showed up and started firing at random.
I couldn't believe it. I never thought that I would be doing this, not in a million years, that I would be burying my child. I never thought this would come to the point where I would have to bury my child.
Cooper says her daughter worked 2 jobs, one of them at Cesar Chavez Academy, working with special needs children.
I think the school where she worked at, all the kids there were her kids because they loved it, Andrea.
Gardner was a go-getter and was working towards becoming a registered nurse.
She wasn't giving up, though. She never gave up on nothing.
Gardner's family is now trying to wrap their heads around what happened this morning at the bonfire, and they want the person who took their loved one's life so carelessly to be caught.
And I pray that whoever did this to my child, if you hear me, you will get it. The good Lord will come after you, and it will be so, sooner than you know.
Out here live now, and Gardner's family plans to hold her funeral next Friday. The 25-year-old man who was shot and killed has not yet been identified by police, but obviously 2 families who are hurting a lot this evening. Back to you.
And an investigation that's still really in the early stages, I guess, Coco.
Yes, that's right. Police right now don't have much information, but they say everything is pointing to this being a random shooting, and they don't have a suspect. So anyone who has any information, if you saw anything, you heard anything, you're asked to call police.
All right, Coco.
A norovirus outbreak has hit the city of Toledo. The Toledo Health Department says at least 319 people have complained of symptoms. Investigators say the virus was likely foodborne and has been connected to a restaurant called Mama C's Donuts and Coffee. The restaurant has been closed for a deep cleaning. Symptoms of norovirus include vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal pain, and headaches, which usually lasts 1 to 2 days after being infected.
Brandon Rue is here. I'm going to assume it's him that's up at the wrong time and
when
not us.
I was on at 4, I looked at my watch and said, is it 4 a.m. or 4 p.m.?
Yeah, what's
My
happening
goodness.
You guys are
Dude.
right, and I am wrong. You are good looking, and I am not. You know, while you guys are usually on, I'm out on the patio, and the mosquitoes have been bad here.
Yes,
they have been, and this kind of weather today just adds a little
We'll bring some in to make you feel more like your regular routine.
Well, thank you very much. Here's a look at temperature out there right now. 82 degrees, looking live at Mount Clemens. And get ready, Mount Clemens. We've got another little cell headed your way, maybe just north of you, but we want you to get ready. Humidity is up, temperatures are up. It is a steam bath out there, and we have a cold front coming through. So the recipe's still there over the next hour, hour and a half for some stronger storms. No current severe thunderstorm warnings, however. Here is that cell that we're talking about coming into the Mount Clemens area just through Shelby Township here, headed toward New Baltimore, right over into Marine City. Algonac, get ready as well. Lightning, some heavy downpours across I-94. If you're waiting for loved ones to come home from work, let them know they're going to run into that. They can see it as they drive north on 94. As we look over into Canada, we're seeing some decent showers there near Chatham, Kent, just north of Leamington. These are strong as well, but not severe. Starting to see some things flaring up now down in Lenawee County. Just another sign that we are not quite done yet until about 7 or 8 o'clock. And then things wrap up this evening. Temperatures falling into the 70s. Sunsets tonight at 8:39. And if we can clear things out enough tonight and tomorrow night, the peak of the Perseid meteor showers. Between midnight and 6 a.m. is your best viewing, although that's right about when the gibbous moon will be rising. It limits viewing a little bit. Instead of 80 per hour, 30 to 40 per hour facing northeast, those Perseid meteors. Waiting for this cold front. It is delivering cooler air your way for the weekend. However, it will scour out the skies for us tonight. Here is 9, 10 o'clock, and we may still have an isolated shower out there, really not much. But as cool air fills in here tomorrow behind the cold front, a couple of spotty showers possible through the afternoon or early evening. These will hit your windshield for about 5 minutes and then move on, not ruining or canceling any plans Saturday. But Sunday does look like the better of the 2 weekend days if you're thinking about warmer days, more sunny days, when to hit the boat, the pool, that kind of thing. Tomorrow we're only partly sunny, 71 at noon, only middle 70s for high on Saturday with those spotty, very light shower chances tomorrow afternoon. No wet weather on Sunday for you. In fact, we get back into a similar pattern that we had this week, which is very dry, very nice. Everybody's getting ready to head back to school, and they want these great summer weeks, and we have that ahead, but we embrace some of the deluge that we have out there today because it's been hard to find.
Yeah, we've needed it.
All right, more from Brandon coming up.
All right, Go coming up. A mother is outraged over what's being done to her son in this school video. What that mom has to say and how the school is responding just ahead.
Also, is this against the law? What could happen to an Iraq War veteran who put out this sign aimed at potential homebuyers? We'll be right back. Time now to check out the other stories making headlines across the state of Michigan. We'll start up in the Lansing area, which is where homeowners for a for sale sign could lead to a discrimination charge. Today, the State Department of Civil Rights opened a complaint against an Iraqi war veteran for posting these 2 signs outside his home in Mason. The signs say for sale by owner, terms, no foreigners. This has the man's real estate company and neighbors upset. He has 7 days now to respond to that complaint. A small plane crashed in Lenawee County this morning, happened near Adrian. A woman on board managed to make it to the road and flag down a passing driver. She and the other occupant were taken to the hospital. They did have serious injuries. Cause of the crash is still under investigation. Also, the man accused of crashing his SUV while driving drunk and then lying about the vehicle being stolen when Bay County deputies found a Chevy Trailblazer crashed into a pole in Auburn. A witness told them she saw a man running from the wreck. A short time later, Timothy LeBeau called to report his Trailblazer stolen. Deputies went to his home and found LeBeau with a blood alcohol level 4 times the legal limit. After changing his story several times, LeBeau was arrested and charged. Michigan campers will see increases in camping fees starting November 1st under an order approved today. Here's some of the planned increases. Full hookups will cost $12 more than the normal camp night, so that's an increase of $4.23 a night. State Park rustic campgrounds will go from $13 to $17 a night. State forest and equestrian campgrounds go from $13 to $15 a night. Cabin, teepee, and yurt rentals will see a 5.2% increase.
Okay, a Help Me Hank consumer alert to tell you about tonight. Amazon may soon get into the ticket selling business. The online giant has held talks with owners of venues for concerts and sporting events in the U.S., and that's according to Reuters. A move into the ticket business would put Amazon in direct competition with Ticketmaster. But Amazon sees the industry as ripe for competition as consumers dislike fees associated with buying tickets online.
New at 5:30.
About 8 months ago, a 96-year-old woman fell trying to get into her own home, and since then she has been homebound, locked up inside because she can't get out. How does that get fixed? A group of people, a pastor, and a whole lot of love. We'll explain what happened and why this 96-year-old can finally get out.
The words are still flying between North Korea and the U.S., but will that escalate to military action?
It's believed to be a crime of passion.
She misses her dad deeply, and this has affected her deeply.
A family desperate for answers 12 years after their loved ones were gunned down as they slept. You know, they say
12 years after a terrible crime, police say they're one tip away from solving it. In 2005, 41-year-old Pamela Barnes and 39-year-old Kenneth Cannell Jr. had plans to get married.
They moved into a new house in Waterford around Memorial Day, along with Barnes' daughter. About a month later, on July 6th, they were murdered in that home. Today, the case remains unsolved, but Jason Colthorpe reports even with this long amount of time that has passed, the family hasn't stopped searching for justice.
This family hasn't given up hope, even though this is the third time in the 12 years since the murders that we've done a story trying to get tips about what happened that evening. The family thinks that at this point, it might be just one person who's holding that key piece of information, and that's the killer.
Jealousy and probably rage.
Kenny Cannell Jr.'s stepmom is talking about the motive someone had to shoot him and his girlfriend, Pam Barnes, as they slept at 5 p.m. in their Waterford home on Brunswick in 2005.
I feel that this case is solvable.
So do Waterford police, but they are in need of the one piece of evidence that will help get them there. Police say there is a person of interest who has been on the radar from the beginning. Someone family says was in a volatile past relationship with Barnes.
You take two people's lives who are in the prime of their lives and you just walk away and carry on with your life and you have no consequences held to you. Every day I just struggle with that.
Cannell and Barnes each had teenage daughters at the time, and they too have struggled growing up without a parent.
But seeing children being affected so deeply by this and seeing 12 years later when they grow up and to be adults and how it's really it's hurt them deeply.
A conviction won't bring this family closure. They say there is no such thing, but it will bring them peace and justice. Legacy Credit Union is offering $3,250 for a tip that leads to that conviction. You can call 1-800-SPEAK-UP if you know anything, and remember, it will remain anonymous. Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Jason, as we mentioned earlier, that humidity and the warm afternoon air kind of has that unsettled feeling right now.
I know. Things got a little tricky there, Brandon. 1 minute the sun was shining, and the next minute it's downpour.
One thing led to another there. That sun heated everything up, and those clouds billowed and bursted. We still have a few out there. We have a few showers across Macomb County, Shelby Township getting hammered right now. And you see some of the magenta returns here. This could be some small hail. Deluge downpours across M59 for Mount Clemens, Macomb, Harrison Township, New Baltimore, and then over into Algonac. Also in our far north zone, if you go up into the Thumb, more showers and storms over that away. And if you're thinking about Tigers game tonight, we're going to get it in, but things are still a little volatile until about 7:30, and then things become a lot more stable. More updates coming up.
All right, thank you, Brandon. On Detroit's east side today, there is a 96-year-old woman with a smile, as you can see her right here from ear to ear. For nearly 8 months, Johnny Foster has been confined in her own house. She can't walk, and she has to use that wheelchair right there. But without a ramp, she couldn't leave the front porch. Nick Monticelli shows us how a community effort changed all that today.
It has been said that to get a project done, you just need the elbow grease and maybe the tools. Yeah, that's true, but you need the manpower, you need the money, and you need a purpose. And boy, let me tell you, Mama Foster is a purpose.
I'm 96 years old.
You don't look a day over 40. You could best describe Johnny Foster, or Mama Foster, as a sassy woman with a heart of gold and deep, deep roots in her faith.
Do I feel blessed? It's a blessing to be in this world.
But those blessings have not helped her knees. About 8 months ago, she was trying to get into her house.
I fell, and they had to call the paramedic from the LW to get here, but they called the fireman wagon heard me, and they called me, came here and helped me get up in the house.
They got her in, but now confined to a wheelchair, she hasn't been able to leave. That is, until today. Mama Foster's story made it to Detroit Councilman Scott Benson, who found contractor Dan Villarreal. And a wheelchair ramp built entirely for free is what they came up with. You probably can't wait.
Hey, man.
And this morning,
just beautiful.
Mama got her freedom back.
What you gonna do first, Mom?
Oh, I'm going to church. Thank you, thank you.
It's a moral obligation. You have to give back to the community.
How's it feel to be back outside again?
What you tell me? If I could shout and how these knees will hold me up, y'all couldn't hold me.
The knees of a 96-year-old, but a spirit more energetic than you and I combined.
I feel good.
At Mama Foster's house on Detroit's east side. Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
And speaking of spirit and giving back to the community, DGV Contracting has already committed to building 10 more of those wheelchair ramps. Councilman Benson's office is also taking the requests and putting them all through an application process. Devin?
Words are still flying between President Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. It has been a week of steadily escalating tension, and now other world leaders are urging both the U.S. and North Korea to tone it down. Blaine Alexander has more from Washington. Blaine?
And hello to you from Washington. Yeah, both leaders are very far from toning it down, at least verbally. But now the question, will this lead to actual military action?
Mr. Secretary, thank you very much.
Locked and loaded, the new message to North Korea from President Trump.
I hope that they are going to fully understand the gravity of what I said. And what I said is what I mean. And this man will not get away with what he's doing, believe me. And if he utters one threat, he will truly regret it. And he will regret it fast.
North Korea showing no interest in backing down. State media calling the U.S. no more than a lump, which we can beat into jelly at any time.
No matter what happens, the United States has the conventional capability to utterly destroy the North Korean forces.
Now the world is watching and speaking up. China, Russia, Germany urging both sides to take a step back.
It terrifies our allies who are afraid that the U.S. will do something unilaterally, and they're the ones that'll get hit.
One of those allies, Japan, well within striking distance, now putting Intercept Patriot missiles on standby should North Korea cross the line. And another U.S. ally, South Korea, is also right in the potential firing zone. Today, that country reassured its people that the U.S. promised not to do anything that might catch them by surprise. In Washington, Blaine Alexander, Local 4.
Also tonight, new allegations in the case of the alleged deadly hazing at Penn State. The case's lead detective actually testified during an evidence hearing Thursday. He claims the surveillance video system from the Beta Theta fraternity house was intentionally destroyed 2 days after Pledge Timothy Piazza's death back in February. Prosecutors say it took nearly 12 hours before someone in the house called 911 when a drunken Piazza fell down the stairs. The FBI has also been asked to find that lost latest footage. 18 fraternity members are charged in connection to Piazza's death.
New Orleans is scrambling to prepare for more rain this weekend as the city works, as it has for decades and decades, to shore up its drainage system. Last weekend, torrential rain overwhelmed New Orleans' pumping system, flooding many neighborhoods. Today, a state of emergency was declared because of the city's malfunctioning water pump system. New Orleans mayor also warned that if there is heavy rainfall this weekend, residents in certain parts of the city need to be prepared.
I'm urging residents in the affected area to move their vehicles to higher ground and take necessary actions to protect their property. Stay off the roadways unless an emergency makes it absolutely for you to be on it.
The mayor says a damaged turbine that powers much of the city's drainage capacity has now been repaired, but crews are still working to bring it online and make it fully functional.
An Ohio mother appalled to see video of a teacher dragging her autistic son by his foot. Bonnie McKean says her son's teacher and teacher's aide are trained in certain techniques specific for him, but that's not what McKean saw in this school security video. This was a video dated back from May 8th. It shows her son defying his teacher and the aide as they try to escort him to the principal's office. They pick him up, and then the teacher drags him by the foot.
Shock. I just couldn't catch my breath. My heart broke, and I was mad. I was mad because I trusted these people. I trusted them with him all school year.
The school district put the teacher and also the aide on immediate paid leave pending a full investigation.
Next story would be common if it was coming to us out of Florida, but it's coming to us out of Hamilton, Ontario, and that's where an 11-year-old girl says she got the scare of her life when she found an alligator in her backyard. She thought it was just a pool toy until it moved. Her dad had to see for himself to be sure, but eventually made a barricade and called 911. Animal control officers took the 4.5-foot reptile away. They said the gator was likely someone's pet, but that rarest of things, the Canadian alligator.
So strange.
Wild.
It used to just be called breakfast. Eggs, toast, maybe some sausage or bacon on the side. However, slowly but surely, many restaurants are ditching the traditional breakfast and serving up brunch. It's breakfast and lunch together. Some people even like to add a few cocktails to this breakfast lunch experience. But now, some places are taking the brunch game to a whole new level. I mean, the Buddha Bowl? Are you kidding me? Restaurants all over Metro Detroit are spicing up their brunch menu, adding creative ingredients.
I had the peach cobbler French toast.
There's 25 brunch hotspots that are nominated for Best Place to Brunch in Local 4's Vote for the Best. Competition is getting tight with new votes coming in every minute. If you've been to a brunch spot that you just loved, let us know about it by voting for them. All you have to do is visit clickondetroit.com/forthebest. Open up the dining category, click on brunch, and find your favorite spot. Voting closes on Sunday night at 11:01 p.m. But remember, you can vote once every hour, so there's still plenty of time for votes to come in. I'm Kim DeGiulio, Local 4.
All right, Kim. Well, there are a lot of ways. You were going to say something about peach cobbler.
No, just sign me up for the peach cobbler French toast. Yes, go ahead.
There are a lot of ways to try and ease or prevent back pain, but here's one we never saw coming. This is actually called Smart Underwear. You're going to see how it works coming up.
Also, a bride and groom discover their wedding has been crashed, and now they are trying to find the culprits, though not for the reason you might expect. Doc?
Several viral illnesses are popping up, plus there's a change in the air. I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. Coming up, see what's going around that will have a lot of people heading for the doctor's office.
It's new at 6.
We're told he's the strongest man in the Detroit Fire Department. And this week he made a key save.
Yes, it does. Feel good.
How he saved a life down south, and wait until you hear who helped him.
No, it's not the real Foreigner, but these guys are going to be on stage with Foreigner tonight. We'll tell you the whole story coming up.
Well, now to good health. Several viral illnesses are popping up. Also, there's a change in the air.
Dr. Frank McGeorge is here to show us what's going around that will have a lot of folks heading for the doctor's office.
Get ready for lots of sniffling and sneezing. We're seeing the first edge of ragweed season, and that means for a lot of people, seasonal allergies are about to kick into overdrive. In Wayne County, Beaumont, Dr. Andrew Kotsis in Detroit is treating allergy and sinus symptoms. The Henry Ford Medical Center in Dearborn is treating kids with upper respiratory infections, strep throat, and infected bug bites. And Grosse Pointe Physicians and Surgeons reports asthma flare-ups. Moving to Oakland County, Henry Ford and Commerce is seeing hand, foot, and mouth disease. Dr. Harrison Tong at McLaren Oakland is treating shortness of breath, mainly due to bronchitis. And Beaumont Southfield, Dr. Samuel Fawaz reports strep throat, seasonal allergies, and some end-of-summer depression. Looking at Washtenaw County, pediatricians at U of M say they're seeing a ton of hand, foot, and mouth disease and stomach virus symptoms. Kids are also coming in with a viral illness that starts with a fever. In adults, some upper respiratory infections are going around. Heading to Monroe County, Dr. Anthony Songo also reports upper respiratory infections with a sore throat and cough, plus more seasonal allergies. ProMedica Monroe Regional is treating sports-related injuries. Finally, in Macomb County, Dr. Ali Saad at McLaren Macomb reports a spike in stomach viruses, plus an increase in insect bites, poison ivy, and asthma. The CVS Minute Clinic in Shelby Township is treating strep throat and ear infections. Now, ragweed pollen levels are going to continue to rise well into September and remain a problem until the first hard frost. So if you're allergic, be sure to take steps to reduce your pollen exposure and talk to an allergist if over-the-counter medications aren't helping. Back to you.
All right, Doc. Let's stay with health news, though. If you're trying to prevent back pain, maybe some good news for you. Pain prevention, perhaps from your undergarments.
Who would have known that this is a thing? Smart underwear. Thanks to the sharp minds of the engineers at Vanderbilt University, these undergarments are said to ease the stress on your lower back. And while the high-tech underpants may not treat your existing back pain, they do aim to prevent pain by reducing the stress and the fatigue on the muscles in your lower back.
No more dumb underwear.